Yeah, you said go.
Hey everyone.
He's just over here listening to some Jim Rohn, doing his little, his daily...
Well, Jim brings up a great point. If you have enough reasons, you can do wonderful things. So what is your reason? What's your reason for doing wonderful things? And that's what motivates you and keeps you moving through life and enjoying July. It's happy July. Here we are. June just kind of went and swept on through, and it's officially summertime.
Everybody is so confused. It's today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like my friend Kathy put up there, it's officially Thursday, right? And all day yesterday I thought it was Tuesday.
Yeah, she was way off. So, great
Way
news.
off.
It is Thursday, July. We're having a 4th of July weekend, which in my opinion is my favorite holiday. It's America's birthday.
That was red on.
That's why I wear red always this time of year. But it's an exciting weekend. Hopefully you leave the weekend with the same amount of fingers as you went into going into the weekend, because you just gotta be careful. You have a good time and end up blowing off some fireworks, and sometimes all things could happen. So just be careful, but enjoy your weekend. It's gonna be a great time. Weather looks beautiful for upstate New York. We're like in the 80s.
It's
So-
90 right now, honey.
Yeah, it's 90.
Right now, it is.
Yeah.
So nice. So I'm just starting some watch parties here.
So yeah, it's perfect weather, not a cloud in the sky, and here we are enjoying that with you. So thank you so much for showing up.
Yeah.
We got some cool things we're going to talk about. The first house, we got a second house, we got a third house, we got all types of stuff coming.
All the houses here.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So we have a house in Henrietta. You guys have been hearing about it. If you want to
Yeah.
know more about it, I did a walkthrough, but I'm going to do a current walkthrough coming up this week. We're having the garage doors all fixed. We're having painters come in and paint the living room, paint a couple rooms in the house. And we like to do that so then, once you move in, you could do whatever color you want. So, but if you want it before then, and you see this video now, and you're like, wait a minute, I got the money, I want a house, it's time to go. The market right now, from everybody I'm talking to, their houses are selling for 20 to 30 to 40 to 50,000 over asking. And we don't start coming out with some high jacked up price. It's actually right, I think, below market. I think we would have put it on the market, it would sell for a lot more.
Yeah.
So, however, you guys are going to get a bonus with this house. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2 full bathroom, and you have a master bathroom with a shower, full bathroom. It's actually really, really nice. The rooms will be all fresh paint. The last folks who lived there, the wife was an artist. It looks great, but there's murals in the wall, and so some people will dig them. I thought they're cool, but other people might not, so we're going to let you choose what you want on those walls. So we're going to paint them basic for now, and that's kind of what we do. The bathrooms are all great shape. It's got a full basement. Now, with this being a ranch, you got to remember they got extra big basements, so you have a lot of room there. It's like a hockey rink down there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So it's cool if you got some storage, or if you want to make some extra, like a man cave or a girl cave or whatever you want down there, a kid's room. So if the kids want to have a room to where they can go down there and do whatever, that's a good spot for it.
Mm-hmm.
You have a garage, and it's a really actually good sized garage. You have a shed in back, right in the backyard. So you also have that if you want to put the mowers back there. You have a decent sized backyard. It's all fenced in, so it's great. We actually have some landscapers going over there to do work right now, and there's one spot where you can get the big mower behind it. So if you have a big mower, if you're going to hire somebody to do it, they have access to get to the backyard. So that's really awesome. But other than that, just talking about the house, it's got a big kitchen that opens into another room.
And we posted some photos. You can check it out on this 585 Facebook page, and I was sharing even on my personal page. Just getting some feedback here because of the open concept. It is definitely a you either love it or you're not into it, but I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, so I'm super excited about that. And the painting, some people are saying leave the color because it's actually calming and nice. So
I know, I like that.
we're gonna go in and we're meeting to say it tomorrow with the handyman.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, the open concept is really popular. And what we mean by that is when you're in the kitchen, there's a big countertop sink, and you can see into another large room. And where you can make that your dining room, although the kitchen still has a nice size for a table. So you can turn that, what they had, it was actually the wife's art studio.
Yep.
But I could see that being a second living room.
I had a lot of feedback saying they wanted to maybe have like a reading area, a little even.
It's a big reading area.
Well, no, like portion the room up, so you have another living room for like your family room, but this
Right.
could be a little bit different if you have, you know, some different hobbies, like you were saying.
So if you get a family, I'll tell you what, it gives you a lot of flexibility to have that in a house. And the neighborhood is absolutely beautiful. We actually talked to the neighbors across the street, super friendly. I mean,
Yeah.
these are like the nicest people. Right across the street's an elementary school. So if you have kids, it's a Henrietta School District. I don't remember the name of the school, but I can look it up for us real quick.
Something with an app, Filey.
Yeah, we'll get that for you. But it's centrally located.
Hop's given a jump.
And if you have to get into downtown, it's probably 15 minutes. If you're on the thruway, you're talking, you know, it's right there.
And if you're familiar with Henrietta, it can, you know, there's some pockets that are quite congested, you know, once you get in over to like where all the restaurants are at Jefferson.
Right.
But over where this home is, like, oh, thank you. Trish, she looked around there myself. Oh, File. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so this area, it's not at all. It's really quiet. It's very serene, and it's just a really nice neighborhood. We took a ride around all the different side roads, and it was just very, very peaceful.
And they got some really cool names to the roads too. Like
Yeah, they're all like Southern Tier, because I went to school out in Fredonia, so I'm quite familiar with Chautauqua Lake. One of my best friends lives out in Cattaraugus County, and
Right.
this is the name Cattaraugus Drive, so that's kind of cool. I'm not sure where it exactly stemmed from, like who named what, but that was kind of neat. I feel like we have the two things going, so I apologize if you're watching and
Okay.
I'm not steering. Yeah, File, I think you'd say it.
Yeah, File Elementary School.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crossing the street. You're on the sidewalk, and it's right there. So it's really nice.
And if you don't have kids, that's fine too.
Right.
Certainly. So yeah, any questions that you might have, feel free to just comment below. And as always, guys, share. All it takes is a click of a button, and we're going to get into it a little bit later, but $1,000 we are giving away
Giving it away.
for somebody who is interested in buying one of our houses, or if someone is interested in selling a house. If you refer them to us, we are giving back. Definitely want to, you know, create lots of success this summer for everybody.
Well, you know what? And it's just simply just clicking a button sometimes.
Yeah.
Like we're going to have a few houses that we're going to have available for rent to own. You know, our biggest questions are always, how much am I going to need for my down payment? We've gone over that in a few videos before. But you always want to have about that 10% of the selling price or more.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to. As far as how much time we give you, we said this once, I'll keep saying we give you as much time as you're going to need. If you say, I need to rent this for a year or two before I can buy it out, or if you need it for 5 or 6 years, it doesn't matter what your situation is. As far as credit goes, if it's holding you back, don't worry about that. If you have a good down payment, you have a good job, you're able to handle rent, and you're looking for something that's beautiful, this house is amazing. So check it out. Send us a message if you're interested. I'll see some comments, I'm sure, but send us a direct message, and we'll get back to you on that too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're getting a lot of messages, so I'm going through them and responding to everybody. It's just absolutely crazy, because not only, like Joe was saying earlier, do we have the Henrietta house that we're talking about, we've got another one that we officially closed on.
Irondequoit.
Irondequoit.
Yep. So here's the deal too. As life as what we do, we're real estate entrepreneurs, and this is what we do. And with that being the case, once we buy a house, it's not, we don't just go put a for sale sign in the front. Typically, they're always going to need some light little touch up. It
Yeah.
could be just some paint. It could be some landscaping. It might not be a thing. We buy those houses too. But once again, if they do need a little tune up, we like to have it all addressed before you're actually buying. Sometimes I have some folks who say, you know what, I'm handy, I could do that myself, and I'd rather save a few dollars. If you are that handy person and you can do some of this small work, it's mostly just cosmetic painting. I mean, really.
A little bit of trim, which isn't.
Yeah, some
difficult.
trim on the shed. The doors just have to be put back on. I mean, it's really all small stuff. And if you're handy at landscaping, or if you don't care about landscaping, you know, you can pick and choose. So we work both ways. So we're super flexible as far as that goes. You don't have to wait for it to be done.
Yeah.
So if we paint the walls white and you want them purple, you can paint it yourself purple and save a few bucks.
Maybe you want the mural. Maybe you don't want us to.
Yeah, maybe you want the
pay
mural.
for that. I mean, just
So
different.
we give you that kind of choice, which is kind of great as far as that goes. So once we buy a house, we got to spend some time on it. House number 2 looks beautiful. Once again, it's in Irondequoit, East Irondequoit. It's 2 streets over from where I grew up. It's absolutely crazy.
I didn't even understand that. He said it to me. I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." Like, and he's like, "No, literally, we were to like where he grew up, where he would ride his bike."
So I used to ride my bike down that hill a million miles an
play
hour.
nicely with all of his neighborhood friends. You know, he,
Right,
he grew
so-
up right there. That's crazy.
So with that house, it's a little under 1,000
It's
square feet.
super cute.
It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. It's a ranch. Once again, you have a good-sized basement with a ranch. So as far as storage goes, you have a lot of room down there, and it's got an attached garage, which is key because we are in upstate New York,
Yeah.
and it gets cold out, and it gets full of snow. And when you could just hit that button and your garage door open up, and there pulls your car.
Is this the first attached garage home we've offered?
No, Southampton was.
Oh, Southampton. That's right.
Ranches usually do.
Yeah, that's cool.
So with that being the case, you have a attached garage here, so you can walk right out of the house. Don't even get cold. Get in your car, go to get to work.
Yeah.
So-
or you can just pull right in and no one knows you're home.
That too. So that's fantastic. I always love it. We have one at our house, and after I've had it, because I didn't growing up, I really dig it.
Yeah.
So with that being the case, it's a really cute house. The kitchen looks beautiful. Bathrooms look great. I'm doing another walkthrough. I'm going to do a live walkthrough. So I haven't actually been to this house
I'd
yet.
like to go to.
Yeah, actually, we can do that.
Next week.
So I think it's going to be probably Monday or Tuesday, if I had to guess.
Yeah, so we'll let you guys know. You can tune in and certainly take some time to see that with us because it'll be our first official walkthrough again. That was
So-
kind of cool going through last time. If you haven't, like I said, seen this one he did in Henrietta, go back. It was just this past week, the Henrietta house walkthrough.
Yep. So once again, too, this house, when we do our walkthrough, I'll shoot a little message in the group just so you know we're going to do that walkthrough. So if you want to tune in, I'll give you a little bit of a heads up. And I think, once again, once you see this house, it's the first time we get to see this house.
Yeah.
So that's what's really kind of cool. And then at that point, if it does need a little bit of work, fine. If it doesn't, we just need a good cleaning. We're going to clean it and get you in there. So
Did we decide we're going to just trim the bushes or we're going to take them right down? Or
which
we
house? Because we got another house to talk about. It's got some bushes up front.
We know that one.
No, this house, I would like to see them trimmed.
Just trim it? Okay.
I think because they're still beautiful.
Are we sharing the address yet?
No,
Not
not yet.
yet, okay.
Nope. The folks who
more.
live there are moving out this weekend.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I don't want anybody driving by and bother her because
Probably really busy.
she's busy, and I don't want people knocking on her door. She's got enough stuff going on right now, and she's moving. So she's super excited. So this is a beautiful house. She absolutely loved the house. They just put a new furnace in there, so it's all brand new furnace in this house, which is a great benefit to you. So
Talk about centrally located because you said it was 2 houses or 2 streets over from where you live, but can we just kind of give the vicinity of like how close we are to the city?
okay,
and-
yeah, perfect. Nobody knows the spot better than I do. Okay, so 104, the
House.
expressway at Goodman, you're a mile 2 away.
Okay.
So if you need to get on the expressway, or if you need to get to downtown Rochester, you can go right down one of the Goodman or Portland and head right into downtown. You're there in 10, 15 minutes tops, and that's it probably if you're jogging. If you need to get to Main Street, it's the same thing, probably a good 10-minute drive at best. So it's centrally located. The nice thing about I loved Irondequoit was you're close to Irondequoit Bay. You're close to the beaches with Durant Beach. Charlotte is not terribly far away. You've got a golf course, which is beautiful.
Don's original. How far are you?
Don's original.
It's like our favorite
Down in
burger
Seabreeze.
joint.
Like if you haven't had their burgers, you're missing out on good burgers.
Oh,
But
God.
that's close by, which that could be dangerous if we live that close. to
And
that
then I was
place.
thinking Savoyas too.
Savoyas
It's not too far.
is not too far away. And then once again, if you have a job where you work out in Victor,
Yeah.
it's like 15, 20 minutes. If you're out in Greece, it's that same thing. It's not very far, but it's centrally located everything, which has always been really great.
And even though it's pretty close to, you were throwing out some big names there, like Goodman and, it's a quiet street, you would say. It's a nice, nicer, quiet neighborhood. It's not,
Every time I've drove by, I haven't seen anybody outside. Now, when I grew up in that neighborhood, it was all mostly old retirees, and there was a handful of us kids who were lived in the neighborhood. We all be riding bikes together and doing things like that, but most of that neighborhood was retirees, and you probably see still a lot of the same thing where, everybody's lawn looks perfect and every little yard is tidy, and that's kind of how that
very
community's
well
always been.
kept. I noticed that, definitely. It was just kind of a neat, tidy,
Yeah, you might even see the classic Irondequoit garage with the mesh over it, where there's the TV and couch out in the garage.
Yeah, do any of you have one of those? Just real quick, I'm taking a little poll. A screened-in garage. I mean, are those
So I'm
really,
Italian.
Really
it seems like that was an Italian thing. It was like all Italians I knew.
I walk outside yesterday, you guys, and we got to do some more work because it's just go time right now, right? We're going to help you guys out, get some houses. And I come out here and I'm like, I thought he came outside. And I look over, he's sitting in the front part of our garage. And I'm
not on the porch, not on the back deck, I'm in the garage.
Beautiful
back comfortable to me.
And yeah, I'm like, oh, you're in the garage. He said, there's no bugs. I'm like, oh, okay.
So it's perfect. So I love houses with the garages, and all these houses we're having right now have garages. So if you got cars, or you got a lot of toys,
or you just want to sit in your garage,
or you want to just hang that for another part of the house in the summertime,
yeah.
You have those options. So that's really awesome. Much other than that, what else do we got going on? Go ahead. I'll let you spill the beans.
Well, this one is super exciting because the last two we just chatted about, we mentioned how they're pretty houses, right? They might need a couple little things to touch up. I mean, literally, we haven't walked in the next one yet, but, we could probably just turn the keys over and the new homeowner would be totally fine and they just have to touch it up themselves. The house that we have in negotiations right now is definitely not that. It is going to be a traditional rehab. We're gonna have to definitely put some time and effort and get the right people in the right places over there because it's gonna be.
So it's a beautiful home.
It really is.
And it's the crazy part about it is I actually kind of know the seller, and it was through a referral. So this referral program.
We get to give away the $1,000. I'm
giving away
$1,000.
We got more comments, so if you got more houses, keep sending them. But to help out a friend, and when she's doing a walk through the house, we're doing it through a video chat, and it's the same exact layout as my great grandmother's house.
That was crazy.
It was so eerie. To the top of the stairs, I could name what room was what, and it was identical. It was the craziest thing, down to the porch, down to the kitchen, down to the bathroom on the first floor where it was located.
Because once again, we're still doing virtual, so we keep it super simple. He just had a phone, she had a phone, and she just took us on a little tour.
It was like a 15-minute video chat. It was actually really nice because she's like, if you see anything, you wanted me to just point or just say something, and she was fantastic. And we just walked through the house like I was standing right next to her. So it's a great time. So I love looking at houses. I miss going in them, but either way, this has got.
I miss being with people too. I think I was definitely.
And the one thing about this house I love is you have your first floor, you have your second floor, and then there's a full attic. I mean, I'm talking like a high attic where, she told me she'd have sleepovers in there, and there's definitely room for storage, or that'd be such like a cool. I mean, there's so many options with those attics, and my great grandmother's house had that same gigantic attic.
The first thing that comes to my head would be like nowadays there's so many people who are creating content for social media or whatnot. That could be a really great little studio up there.
I just don't know how hot that'd be in the summer.
Well, I was thinking you might need one of those portable air conditioners. I don't know how that would work in it, but either way.
Yeah, either way, you do have. Well, they were sleeping in it at one point, so it can't be horrible. I don't know.
Little kids are not as.
Hey.
Although we're sitting outside in 90 degrees while the air conditioner's running.
Yeah, because like in 5 more months it's going to be 28 degrees.
So I'm trying to get him to move to Florida. He says no.
I like it here.
We do love Rochester, but this weather.
I would vacation to Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to twist my arm for that, but moving.
Right. But yeah, so you guys have been definitely. I've had some inquiries about what's your next project? What are you guys gonna be able to do? And I've been itching to redo another kitchen because I had so much fun with our Conrad house and the Birchwood house, and so it sounds like
challenge accepted.
This might be happening. There's a lot happening there. Even the outside garage was talking about garages. That one's gonna need some love.
Yeah. So luckily I have. On my side, an Arsenal, who's known me since I've been a baby. Mm-hmm. He is a garage ninja.
Yeah.
Garage door, garages overall.
I was connoisseur, but ninja works better.
He is. I mean, the stuff he could do. He works miracles with the garages, and his prices you still can't beat him. So,
you need a garage door or a garage help.
Repair, or your garage is leaning like this and you need it fixed because you think it needs to get demolished.
Yeah.
I mean, this garage, to let you know, I mean, it's got holes in the roof, and when he was over there, he's like, yeah, this is definitely gonna need some attention, but I could handle this job. And when I think of garages, I only think of one person, and so he is fantastic. So that garage, he got the good news that can be saved. I just got that phone call right before we hopped on live with you guys.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, we stopped by just to walk around outside, and I was like, I don't think we can save this one.
I had faith. I had faith because I've seen him work miracles, and I've known him forever. So
yeah, I mean, not that I didn't have faith, but we'll show a before picture because that's our fault. We didn't get some like years and years ago when he redid one that was the leaning this way, whatever. But it's going to be incredible.
It's going to be cool. It's definitely going to be cool.
Yeah.
So
did we say how many bedrooms and bathrooms it was?
No, I haven't. We don't know for sure. Okay, so
you don't
with
know,
this
it's
house,
just like your
no,
grandma's house.
It is. It's a 3-bedroom, and it has 1.5 bathroom. It looks like we're gonna do something super cool, which is going to be we're gonna take the laundry and make it a first floor laundry.
Give me some likes for that one, right?
Yeah, because
no traipsing down to the basement.
Nope, it'll be first floor laundry. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful the way we're gonna lay this out. I already have the vision. We already kind of mentioned what we plans for that.
Yeah.
And then when you actually get in there, those plans can change. You don't know. But we have a good idea.
And new things come up, of course, as you guys know. But.
Well, and that's the thing, too, about when you do a house, you always have a budget. You always have to have that 10-15% of this is going to be unexpected expenses.
Yeah.
And it happens on every job, just about, because once you start peeling apart things, you might figure out the plumbing's no good. Sorry, we have
I know.
I want to do it outside.
I
so
want to do it outside, too, so we're
going
to have noise because...
So either way.
But yeah, so the first floor will be like off the kitchen. They were thinking. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, so you walk in.
You have a big front porch. Big front porch.
Enclosed.
Enclosed front porch.
Yep.
Which is great for that summer. My great grandmother and all the aunts were always out there and uncles and hang out. That was the spot to be.
And once again, there's these humongous bushes, just like Ontario View, and
We're gonna have to get the tree trimmers out and take those suckers down.
Because this is hiding the whole house, and the house is beautiful, and we're just gonna really bring it back to life. Ideally, put your good vibes out there.
New windows.
Everything goes through.
I have just so you know. I mean, I'm gonna share this.
He was like a kid at Christmas, you guys. He was so excited. He's got his little, what do you call it?
Little.
Okay, the really big. I'm not saying It's a huge, big.
So I mean, I made a punch list of
punch list.
the things that need to get done to this place, which is just going off the top of my head. I've done so many jobs. You could look at it and say, okay, this is what it's going to need. But really, what we want to do is make sure that when we have this house for you, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
You walk in there, you're going to have pride of ownership. You're going to have a beautiful house that was done right, and that's why we keep on doing these before videos, during videos, after videos. And it's because we want you to see what we go through during that process. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you're going to have your wins and the project goes smooth as possible and everybody's like, wow, that went quick. And then there's going to be the times where the contractors are 2-3 weeks late because of this, that, and other things came out. And now you're having to, spend more money than you anticipated. And that typically happens. And you have to have that ability to keep that project moving and, do what you can. But you want to make the best of that house because when we put our name on it, you have something that when you show it off to your friends and family, you're going to be super proud and happy. So. Yeah,
and I'm excited too because we're going to have a little more time to be able to share with you guys because oftentimes it was a little tricky before to get some videos and post them and do this, but we see how much you enjoy it and we really want to keep bringing you this amazing content of, the transformation. I think everybody loves a good flip, fix, whatever you want to call it, like a fixer-upper.
And what we did one time that was really fun is we kind of let the
I want to do that again, yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Fix the flip.
Yeah.
Pick the flip, is that what you called it?
So where we kind of let you guys choose what you thought was going to be the right countertops, the right covers, the right whatever it can be.
We'll pick like 2 or 3, and then we'll have you guys vote. You guys did it great, yeah. They really helped out with Conrad because I asked about whitewashing the fireplace, and some were like, absolutely not, don't touch it, don't touch the architecture, and other people said, yes, whitewash it. So we left it just in case the owner didn't want it. That was an easy thing they could do.
But I always thought that'd be a cool show.
Yeah.
Where like America's Got Talent, where the people could vote, but then you're also voting on flipping the house itself.
Right.
So like, you get to pick out those
anybody has any hookups at HGTV, let them know we have an idea here.
Well, we got those one friends that said they do, but we'd have to move.
To Florida?
Here she goes to that Florida again.
No, I'm kidding. See, like tropical. I mean, I'd say Hawaii, but that just seems crazy.
Well, what if they want us to flip like St. Martin?
Well, hello. As long as it's the French side. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't care either side.
I don't care either.
But
so anyway, back to the pantry in the new house that we are going to totally have to... I mean, his list too, you guys, it wasn't even a detail. It was just like the main thing, like kitchen, bathroom, landscaping. Like it doesn't go into tiny little details of every little thing that goes into it. So
because you have to look at flooring, you're going to have to look at grout, you're going to have to look at if it's going to need baseboard wood, or if the floors are good, or if they're hardwood floors. Because I heard this house has a lot of hardwood floors, which I try to preserve those hardwood floors.
We
If they're
do.
beautiful, I love hardwood floors. They seem to be super popular. They're very clean.
Well,
if
it's
you have
just-
allergies,
Yeah.
you know, it's super great for that. So
If they're all hardwood and natural, it's just nice to finish them up and bring that to life. And
Yep.
then the new owner it could cover it with carpet if wanted, or a nice pretty throw rug. But I mean, I grew up in a lumberyard, so I'm very partial to hardwoods and definitely think it's beautiful. And there's something about character. You can't, you know, I mean, you could try to recreate that nowadays, but it's still, even in our current living room, doesn't have that like old charm.
Well,
feel.
because I think the reason why is because, like, this house, for an example, was built in 1925. It has that leaded glass on a lot of the doors.
Yeah.
Leaded windows on some of those. It's going to have a fireplace with built-in cabinets on each side. And so what we try to do every single time in these type of houses, I want to preserve all of that. And if it's got the original hardwood floors and they look great, beautiful, let's pull them out and make
Yeah.
them look great. But if a kitchen needs to get updated, we want to make that beautiful. I tried not to leave that 1950s or whatever year it was because y'all be mad at me.
Yeah,
and you'll
definitely
say,
want to
"I
bring the
need
kitchen and the bathroom's got to be up to speed, but then
Yeah, and if you make the kitchen
keep the
beautiful,
bones of it, like the
and that's the thing is when you're mixing modern, not modern but more modern, and then you
Yeah.
also mix that with that classic look. There's a fine line of how to do that right, and thank goodness we have her because she knows her stuff. And now we're
Well,
gonna have you as well to help out.
Yeah, I think, and I was just chatting with a girlfriend. They just bought, I forget what, she's out west, but they were going to rehab a bathroom, and she's asked if I had any experience with shiplap, and I was like, I have not. And he's like, well, let's like look into it. I don't know even about cost or anything like that, but again, that whole Joanna Gaines like farmhouse chic, just very clean, crisp, light, white, happy, peaceful was like our whole vibe there.
Right, and then if you hate it and you want to demo it and turn it dark black,
Yeah.
and because you like the gothic look or whatever possible look you want,
Right.
with Rent-A-Own you're gonna have that option.
But I definitely have questions I want to ask people because I feel like in a couple of the bathrooms we've done the restaurant bathroom look where the tile goes up and then it matches the tile on the floor, and I feel like that's already trending out. So if you have an opinion on that, restaurant tile in the bathroom, like what are your thoughts? Because
Right.
it looks, I don't know, I'm torn. I feel like sometimes you can pull it off, but with the wrong tile, it can kind of not look great.
Well, and I think that's the thing too is there's always going to be, I don't know, when you look at a project you've done before, there's sometimes you're like, oh my god, I did this perfectly, or next time I want to try this. So you know,
Like Southampton, if you guys are watching, I'm still envious over that bathroom. It's so beautiful. And even Ontario, I mean, some of the bathrooms are gorgeous, but oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm definitely curious to get some more input here because it matters what you guys really want because we're not living there, and I don't know. I just really think it's important to ask the audience.
right. So
And even if you aren't going to live there, you're very valuable. I really like the opinions of everybody.
well, I think it's the voice gets to
Yeah.
you get to hear what you like, so that's important. And I want to share one thing too.
We almost feel like
I
we should
saw-
have like a call in on a phone and be like, like what was that show, American Idol or something? Or The Voice,
American
I don't know.
Funniest Home Videos.
No. You call in with a phone. Maybe it was. I don't know. But that'd be kind of funny. I guess now with Facebook, you could just send a message. But like brain is exploding right now.
She's like, I got ideas.
What are you looking at?
So I just had to pull this up. I was looking on Facebook, and I'm going on the
Oh my
Ogden
gosh,
Police
that's right.
Blotter. The Ogden Police Blotter. This just happened for June 24th to July 1st. So this is just this past week. And one of the ones that drove my eyes, and it's all really small stuff, but this one's petty larceny. The victim reported sending money for a rental property through Craigslist before finding out the listing for the property was a scam. So
There you have it.
you got to be really careful once again who you're doing business with. I always say this time and time again. You want to make sure this is what they do. If you're
Yeah.
responding to some blind ad on Craigslist, you want to try to do a little bit more research on that property before you start sending out some type of money.
Don't send any money unless you have somebody signing something in person or an attorney or however they're doing it very legally. and
Because I'll tell you what
correctly.
happened. With the last house we just bought, I've been talking back and forth with the seller. She's
Yeah.
fantastic. We're like,
And we've been chatting for a while.
We've been chatting for a while. And the day before we're closing, she's like, I'm just making sure I'm verifying my appointment tomorrow and making sure this is real because this seems too good to be true. And I'm like, nope, this is real. Not only will I be there, I'm bringing her and the kids.
Yeah.
So you get to meet all of us. And when we go to closing, we do everything with an attorney. So that's the benefit too, is when you're in an attorney's office, you know it's all getting done legally
Yeah.
the right way the first time. You're not signing paperwork at some kitchen countertop and handing over a whole bunch of money to whomever. So you want to make sure that's a big part of what we do. Not
If
saying
you're
that
not
there's-
getting keys, I don't know. I just feel like just be careful. you
Yes, so just watch out. But that was something that crossed my eye. I thought I would share it as a tip to, better you.
know? Yeah, and that's why we continue to do these videos. Literally during the walkthrough on the Henrietta house a couple days ago, I was sharing in some groups, and we had some new viewers, and she was like, "Is this a scam?" And just nope, this house is real. We're real people. We're just going to continue to put out the content, try to educate, also entertain along the way. I hope you guys enjoy, our goofiness, and I mean, we love to have fun. Life is too short to not enjoy what you guys are doing, and
Right. So if you're
so
looking
much
for
going on. I'm excited. I feel like for a while there we were just chatting, la la la. Now it's like, okay, guys, get ready, get your down payments. It is time to get houses for people because
they're ready.
there's people that want to move, and we want to help them. And we want to
So
help you.
once again, if you have credit issues, doesn't matter. You don't need a bank approval now, doesn't matter.
Nope.
If you have a sizable down payment and some of the other things are going wrong right now, it's preventing you from getting a mortgage, it doesn't matter. If you're self-employed and you can't get a mortgage right now, it doesn't matter. We could help you. We could walk you through that process. We're going to give you the time to fix what's broken.
Yep.
And while you're doing that, you're living in your future home. You're already there. You could, like I said, you're making it yours. So that's the best part about rent to own. If you want to start that home buying process and you don't want to have to wait to work everything else out, you could get started this way. And that's what we do. And we specialize in that for you guys. And it works out beautifully. Every single time we do this, our rent to own family are just growing. And they're every time so happy. And I love being able to see that smile on their face, whether it's their first home or the last home they want, or their family's expanding and they need a bigger home, or they're looking at downsize, whatever it is. It's great to have that happen, to be a part of the process. And that's better than anything.
Extremely rewarding. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing better than driving by, like, oh, look at everybody just hanging out and having a good time, and
Yeah, we
Get
have
that.
one right now. They're going through the mortgage process as we speak. They're working with the Canandaigua National Bank,
Yeah.
who's a great bank. And, we made that dream come true. They used to own a home. Some things happened. They had to move into an apartment complex. Love the idea of owning a home.
Yep.
Bought it 3-something years ago, maybe more. Did this program. Went a little over the limit as far as, because the Fraser said we're going to do it for 2 years. We just keep on extending it. We're fine with that. We tell him that. He loves it. We never charge more for rent. We never did anything else different. And he's so happy because now, once he owns that home, what he bought it for 3 years ago, compared to what that house is worth now, it's got to be, I guarantee you, it's got to be another $40,000.
really.
Absolutely. It's got to
say
be
20.
It's got to be $40,000.
That's true. Well, the market is hot, hot, hot.
So that's a benefit to them. And that's the best part of what we do. We keep that today's price locked in. So if you end up buying that house in 2 to 3 more years from now, or if it's even longer, that value keeps going up. You're benefiting from that. So once again, 585 Rent to Own is the place to be if you're looking for your new house.
Yeah, and I'd have to say we are the experts of Rochester, of rent.
Well, and here's the thing too. I want to let you all know. If you know houses that are not in Rochester, we also look at other
Oh, yeah.
counties. So if you're in Wayne County, Ontario County, Livingston County, you name the counties, Orleans County, any one of those, we're definitely interested in those areas. So some folks love those, that farmhouse. They want something out in
Yeah.
the country, some land. We're also looking at areas. So if you have somebody that you know is going to sell a house in an area, and you refer them to us, it's the summer of $1,000 giveaway. We want to give away more. We just gave away 1,000. We want to keep on doing it and keep getting you guys paid for just sharing and referring us.
Yeah, so if you just know someone in mind, you can type their name at the bottom or share, send a message, and if you want to speak with us, make sure that you. What is it? Oh yeah, make sure you send us a message or call into the office. But we are so excited. We're gonna come back again early next week with a walkthrough at the Irondequoit house.
What do you think, Monday or Tuesday?
Well, I'd like to go Monday. I just want to make sure she's out.
Get everything all done. Okay.
We'll just check in. So we'll keep you posted. Be safe this weekend. Happy 4th of July. Hope everyone's enjoying their time with family and friends.
Yep. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next.
Probably Monday.
We'll see you next Thursday, but we'll see you before then too.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right,
Enjoy your 4th.
guys. Thank
See you guys.
Happy Thursday.